The Public Land Survey System, abbreviated PLSS, or sometimes called the Rectangular Survey System, was set up to divide land. It is a bit confusing. Many land descriptions use this system, so learning how it works will help you understand many of the land records you might find. The Public Land Survey System is often called the Rectangular Survey System because it is set up in rectangular sections. The townships run north and south, and it is abbreviated with the letter T. N stands for north, S stands for south. These are the states that use the Public Land Survey System, known as PLSS, for some or all of their state. Here is an example of an early township map in the Public Land Survey System and an early land patent. In this document, you will find words like Southwest Fractional Quarter, Section 19, Township 58, and Range 28. These can be very confusing until you understand how the system works. You can watch the previous video on searching for records through the Bureau of Land Management, where you can find these types of records. The Public Land Survey System, abbreviated PLSS, starts with a section that is 1 square mile and contains 640 acres. Ranges run east and west. Range is abbreviated with the letter R. E stands for east and W stands for west. Remember, townships run north and south. We see townships T58 north through T or township 63 north. Ranges shown are range 29 west through range 24 west. Together they make up a grid. Each square is a section. Each section is 1 square mile. Now let's look at section Township 58 north and range 29 west. Each township section is divided into 36 square miles. Notice how they are numbered, starting with 1 in the northeast or top right corner. This green box represents the Township 58 north and range 29 west from the previous image. This represents 1 square mile containing 640 acres. The next slide will discuss how each section is divided up. Let's look at section 1. Each section is divided into 4 equal squares. The squares are called northwest quarter, abbreviated NW1/4. Northeast quarter, abbreviated NE 1/4. Southwest quarter, abbreviated SW 1/4. And southeast quarter, abbreviated SE 1/4. Each quarter is equal to 160 acres. Each of these quarters can also be divided. The next slides will show how these quarters can be divided. We will use the northeast quarter as an example. As you can see, it is divided into the same 4 quarters. Northwest, NW, northeast, NE, southwest, SW, and southeast, SE. This is the part that is so confusing. To name the area, always start with the smaller section and then the larger area. So this brown area will be the southwest quarter of the northeast quarter. The next slide will explain this a little more. This brown square is the southwest quarter of the northeast quarter of section 1 of the township 58 north and range 29W. These 160 acre sections can be divided up into 80 acres in 2 different ways, or into 40 acre sections as shown. The following slides will explain some of the ways that they can be divided and how it is worded. Here are 3 examples. The whole section, and it is known as the northeast quarter, and it's equal to 160 acres. Second example is the south half of the northwest quarter, and it's equal to 80 acres. The third example is the southwest quarter of the southeast quarter, and it's equal to 40 acres. Most documents abbreviate the coordinates. One of the halves is written out. It reads south half of the northwest quarter, and it's equal to 80 acres. The next section reads the north half of the northeast quarter. Pause your video and try to read through the other sections. This is another way the quarters can be divided into half sections. This section reads west half of the southeast quarter. This shows how each quarter is divided into 4 quarters. Let me read a few of them. Northeast quarter of the northwest quarter. Southwest quarter of the northeast quarter. Northwest quarter of the southwest quarter. Southeast quarter of the southeast quarter. One last thing is the principal meridian. It is the beginning point for the township and the range markings. Take a few minutes to study this chart. Notice how the township numbers are the same on the horizontal basis, whereas the range numbers are the same vertically. More can be learned about this, but for this video, this should be sufficient. Please review the last few slides to make sure you understand how the system works. Here are the basics. Section. This is the basic unit of the public survey system. It is a 1 mile by 1 mile containing 640 acres. Township. There are 36 sections arranged in 6 by 6 squares. Township lines. This is the north and south markings for each section. Range lines. This is the east and west markings of each section. Happy hunting!